Hello there, English speaker. The dog is back, and well, the bitch too. So I feel fine today. I'm a little bit. I'm not in the mood for a big 3 courses meal and some schnapps on that, to say the least. But the entire body is fine except for my stomach. So it took hand on the way too much leek. It was just very tasty, and I was tired, and I was thinking about all the other stuff. So I didn't think about, well, I never eat raw onions, or I'm very careful about leek too. But I had eaten leek the day before, so why not do it again? And this time I came to the more green part of the leek, and then it's much stronger, and I ate much more, and it was a horrible idea. Except that I did get a real boost of my immune system. So if my sick neighbor is giving me some virus, I should be ready for them. But he's doing fine, by the way, except economically. I guess that's a general problem for everyone who isn't Bezos. Maybe I should hold the camera higher so you don't hear my feet that much. I heard that was a problem. So let's talk about our problems, except, you know, money. Signal is another app for messaging privately, and it should be open source as far as I remember now. The links down below there. So I don't see why I should use this, but maybe there will be an opportunity sometime. But if you want to send me a message privately with some very secret stuff, I think you can just do that to my Swish number below. Don't swish me too much because you will wake me up. But of course you can text me during the day. I don't know if you can send messages. I have just installed it and I don't know much about it. And the other alternative there is Telegram, which is for many more stuff like group discussions. The problem is that you don't have any control over terminal like you have with a Signal that you just install on your phone, and then, well, it's there, and then you message straightly to someone else. There are a lot of discussions about how compromised Parlor was, and that some of the financiers behind Parlor were actually been donating to Hillary. I don't know what too much to do about this, except general, these were not extremely competent people. Maybe they were competent, but not totally competent, and they didn't really prepare for this. We'll see now what happens. It was also interesting that they have all these connections with all the other conservative voices or entrepreneurs, and they all gathered together, and then they put all the conservative voices into a place that then got shut down because they didn't build it properly. Twitter has lost 70,000 accounts since Friday. I think a lot of these are spam accounts and or not used accounts maybe. I don't know, but there is clearly real people getting banned en masse. En masse is actually called. Ron Paul got kicked out, sort of banned from Facebook and Twitter. He did post a careless stuff about vaccine. He doesn't know why he's banned, by the way. But this was a careless vaccine article where they say, oh, we have a nursing home here. It's one of the worst nursing homes, lowest grade possible. So this is not the place you want to be unless you're, well, already in the grave. And they got the vaccine, and then within 1 week a lot of people died. Like, I guess every week at this time of the year. at this place. Often elderly care home have expected life expectancy for less than a year, or like just a few months. People who come there are already pretty sick, and then they come to a new environment and they get really crappy food in some places, and they get to a general bad environment, and you have other sick people there that are spreading a lot of viruses. And if you have underpaid staff that's also eating very badly and are working virus factories, of course, it's COVID or no COVID, or no COVID and just vaccines, these people will sadly die anyway. So unless you know what to compare this with, you don't know how bad the vaccine is, but we know that the vaccine does something. So of course it increases the risk of dying just statistically. We have some leaked information that I don't know how much we can trust. It was a Belgian politician, so I guess we don't know what's that about. But for some reason the vaccine prices were secret, which is a really bad sign, but maybe they would release the prices later or something. But this sucks to high heaven, of course. It seems that Moderna have increased their prices a lot, and we are getting from multiple sources, which doesn't mean that it should be correct. But the Moderna vaccine seems to be the least dangerous. I can't confirm this, and it might be that they just have the best marketing and they have hired the best experts or something. So, well, I'm not going to be a vaccine expert, as I said, but now I have some more stuff if you want to do some research on your own. There is something called vitamin K antagonists. So this is not something that generally fights vitamin K. You still need your vitamin K, and vitamin K is not bad. But the end effect of these wrongly named substances is that you get less clotting in your blood. So that I think it's when the vitamin K comes back again after doing its job, something then there it should be stopped by these substances, so that it doesn't do its job where it should do its job, to make it a really stupid explanation of what this is. But it seems to work for some, or it works for clotting due to COVID. So that's just another progress stuff. It's not like it works as well as, vitamin D and general good nutrition, but we know something more now, or at least you have links there so you can actually learn something. In UK, what did they learn? Absolutely nothing. You can read the list of crazy stories how they raiding homes and they are totally destroying the society. Do you think this will stop when everyone who wants are vaccinated? No. They will find out some reason, and they will simply invent another strain of virus. They will do anything they can to just keep on destroying stuff. And this is what you get. We'll see what happens there. If you think stuff is crazy in USA now, wait until I don't know, end of February in UK. There will be some stuff there, I guess. So USA, Trump has declared an emergency in Washington DC, because, well, there are a lot of crazy stuff going around there, and I don't think anyone would think this is something strange at the moment. It's everything else that is strange. So a lot of troops are moving in there and they are making sure that everything is secure and so on. Then we have Mike Adams, also called the healthcare ranger, and he has been sniffing around like a dog, and he says that he have secret anonymous sources, and yeah, that's not credible. I'm not saying that he's lying. I'm not saying that these secret sources are wrong. I'm saying that these sources, he might be lying, of course, but I don't think so. I think it's more likely that the secret sources are lying and spreading disinformation. If you were investigating and preparing to do mass arrests, would you spread a lot of rumors to your contacts in the media? Like, for example, Pelosi's laptop is stolen. Would you spread that? Yeah, of course. If it's not true, then you would do it. Definitely. Just to make Pelosi act crazy, which she is doing now. So there is no denying, I think, that something, a lot of things is going down, and people who know more than we do are acting a little bit off. We also have Pompeo, who is tweeting very delicately, hard-working tweeter, and pushing stuff after stuff going through. And what do we have more? We have media acting insane. One example is what happened at the Capitol. They are totally they are not reporting it correctly. And Rudy Giuliani, for example, did a good video about it. If you want to read some other stuff, you can find it. We have one arrested person, and he was definitely not a Trump supporter, according to his shocked family. I thought it was written a little bit funny that they were shocked. We who kind of like Trump a little bit more, we are not shocked that he was not a Trump supporter and that he was committing bad stuff in the Capitol. And we have videos of Trump supporters trying to stop Antifa thugs of breaking stuff. So that's not reported in media. That sounds me everything. Then we have some distractions, I will call them that. A little bit fun though. They have released some CIA UFO file, and then the North Idaho ISP have blocked Facebook because they wanted to protect their customers from being tricked into going into a site where they are oppressed and deleted and not treated well. If you have this ISP, you can request that they unblock Facebook for you. So it's just a warning kind of censorship. But I think it was an interesting idea, even if I don't. There's a lot of sound here. So if you can get the dog to stand still. Then two short stuff, mostly links for you who are interested in a distributed internet. If you know something about it, compare, for example, Tim Berners-Lee. He was the creator of World Wide Web in 1989, and he's working on his stuff, and then there's other stuff. So take a look at that if you're interested in building something distributed where the users have control over your data and not some centralized thing like Facebook or Google. And then a recommendation for Salty Cracker that I know many of you like, but here's a link to his BitChute, and we hope that they will have live streaming soon. And with that, I will take a more noisy walk without the camera for a while, and see you again tomorrow.